Hey everyone, wanted to do a quick video to show you all how to do and how to create and manage your segments for each one of your racetracks. So we're here in the Track Attack Analytics app, and again, before we jump into the actual feature itself, you want to make sure that you're signed in and that you've synchronized your history, so that way you have all of your data available on the app to play around with it. So there's a few places to be able to get to it, but I think the easiest way to kind of get everything set up is to go in underneath the menus that are underneath sign in login here and go into segment editor. So what's happening here is it's pulling up all of the racetracks that you have raced on, both official and unofficial. And what you can do here is you'll be able to select any one of them, select an individual lap for each one of any one of the tracks, and then go through and create the segments that you want for that track. And then moving forward, for all of the sessions that you view, those segment calculations, those segments will be available in the data views that you're looking at. So in this example, I'm going to be selecting the Spokane County Raceway right here. Go ahead and grab your lap. Grab that one, select. Now while this is coming up, if you select track that you have already created segments for, those segments will show up here automatically. But this is basically what you'll view is you'll have a view of the map, so you can play around, so you can look at that while you're creating the segments. And you'll have this view down here, which is basically a speed trace with a distance. And what you're able to do is basically come through here, and notice that you can see as I move down here, you can see the movement down here on the map. And it's everybody has a little bit of a different philosophy in terms of how they want to be able to do segments. I personally like to have segments created right before any big braking zone and or where I wanted to get an understanding of a particular corner or section. I personally like to be able to have one understanding right before I go into like heavy braking for what really is turn 2 here at Spokane County Raceway. So I'm going to go ahead and select. What you do is you find the position that you want to have, you click on it, and then this button will become open here, or become active, which is add segment. So you do that, and it automatically creates a segment. Now, you come over here and click on this button to be able to change the color of the segment. So let's just do that. And then you go to the very next one. So I kind of want to get a sense for how I did around that corner and leading up to the next big sector. So I'm going to come down probably right here and right before the braking zone, so I get a sense for that whole series of the track. You see that I clicked on there, so now a big line is there. Then I'll go through and I'll select right before the next big braking zone, kind of get a sense for this corner right here. So it should be right about there. Okay, and add a segment. And I'll want to get a sense of just that kind of thumb there. So I'll probably go right about here. And kind of similar, same thing. I'll go to the next big section right before the big braking zone. And I'll probably do one last one right at the, just to kind of get a sense of the essence of this turn here. So I'll probably go right about here. Okay, now we have our segments here created for Spokane County. I'll hit save. And it'll take us back to the previous page. So now I'm back over here in the segment editor page. I can go back though to the home screen, and I can come in here and start to analyze the session that was the sessions for Spokane County Raceway. Now earlier I went through and I actually found the session that I wanted to do here in this example. So here's an example here where I pinned it here to the start. So I'll just go ahead and select that. it'll automatically bring up the session. In the future, we'll be showing the segments that you created here in this view. But again, the best thing about the segment editor is being able to do the segment report. So getting a sense for how fast you were across the different segments. So now the data is being put through the segments. And we're going to find out here what the fastest times were, what the fastest segment times were for the session, and that way we could find out what the average was and really the best virtual lap. And as you can see, kind of had the best segment times kind of across a variety of different laps. And this is what's great again about the segment editor, so the segment editor or segment analysis tool is that instead of just focusing on that one fastest lap or the one or two fastest laps, which as you can see here, don't even have the fastest segment times for each one of in any one of the segments, you're able to really understand where your best stuff is at and be able to look at that individually. Now, on this session in particular, I actually have not uploaded any video for it to the server. And in a separate video, how-to video here, I'll show you how to take the video that I actually did record with the camera separately, at a GoPro camera, and how we'll be able to import it and bind that camera video with this session that currently doesn't have any video with it. But for now, that's pretty much it. Again, you're able to go into the segment editor tool. You can find it here at any point and be able to create and manage segments for any one of the racetracks that you've driven before.